it is time to make the noise to summon the stream. Greetings, dear viewers. I'm Quill Quickcard, and welcome back to the Community RPG Maker Project. If you come across this and you are new to the project, basically, I have been building a game over the last several months in RPG Maker, and I try to integrate as many ideas as possible, as many contributions as possible from viewers, commentators, anybody on the Discord, anybody who tries to communicate in some way to influence this project. I do my best to integrate their ideas into it. That is why we have a Pepsi Mancer. That's why there's a Space Marine. That's why we last time built the exterior to an abandoned jungle temple. And yeah, it has had a lot of impact on the direction of this game. And I absolutely love trying to integrate all sorts of interesting ideas. So the main idea of what we are going to be doing today is we are building a dungeon underneath this old abandoned shrine, which is just out here in the jungle. And we are building a like a catacombs, a crypt underneath it. So it's going to be fairly maze-like. There's going to be like sequences of locked doors. There's going to be some treasures to find. You're going to be able to get an upgrade in here for our main character, Ryu the Dragon, because he basically gets equipment upgrades through like special events and stuff. And eventually it will lead into the discovery of a great necropolis that rests underneath the town of Wallachia. And the discovery of that is going to lead the players to go and talk to the Gravekeeper, old Mr. Bones, who I think, I built his crappy little house. And that will lead them to be able to move this gravestone, which will let them access the crypt, the necropolis proper underneath the city. And I think that is the main points for where we're at and what we're going to be working on today. As you can see, I have done a lot of work on this crypt already. Pleasure to see you here. I am curious if you would be willing to help me with something. I have designed what I think is a fully fleshed out single solution logic puzzle. I need someone else's eyes on this logic puzzle to see if the clues do in fact lead to the proper solution. Would you be willing to give me a hand with that? Otherwise, I can just keep on working on this place. My general idea for the layout of the crypt is that there's going to be 3 different keys that you find as you go through the thing. The 3 different keys are basically color-coded to doors, and eventually they let you access this room. And then there'll be like a hidden switch or something in this room. And that'll lead to a passage. Love the green dingy walls. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you like them. Let's set the ambiance. Here we go. So it's theme 6, 20%. Theme 6, we're actually going to turn it down a little bit. There we go. One tile gaps really sell how cramped and claustrophobic the area is. Yes, I have constantly, throughout my RPG Maker career, had a bad habit of making interiors that are way too big. And I have really, really been trying to create significantly more condensed spaces. Hello, Abe. Welcome to the stream. I am having a great day so far today. I mean, I suppose I should probably design my 3 keys. So it's going to be just a key item. Key. Where? Surely there is a key. Here we go. Key. Okay. So, what are my door options? I want doors that are very clearly color-coded. This might work. Is there a tile that's just eyes in the darkness? I love that trope in top-down games. I don't believe so, but I can probably produce a similar effect. These two kind of work for a green door and a rust, like a moss key and a rust key. And then for the last one, What works? What is going to work for my... These are probably the best I'm going to work on. Have you seen the Terraria dungeon? There's a green tile version and it's very similar to this. I have not played Terraria. Or rather, I've played about 15 minutes of Terraria. At the time, it was clear to me very quickly that it was simply going to require a greater time investment than I had at the time. So it's been on the back burner for several years. Okay, I think blue, green, and rust will work as the 3 gates. But if I want to use those, then I need to change this to be some other type of door. These ones that are not going to open. Nice basic portcullis might work. Honestly, I think it's probably worth just going for this. These are at least going to be clearly distinct from the doors that you are able to open. And that's the important thing, is that I've got a bunch of... like gates in here, but that are going to be clearly distinct and not openable. I do need an entry point into this dungeon. And we get there from climbing down this. So let's hop on up to our higher layer. Put the wall here. And there we go. Then I can have a path leading up, as well as a path going down. So I think that will work for here. Okay. So we'll just have like a big line of stuff there. Move this over, swap it to this. So we want like an actual area that you can walk into. And then we start another path leading south. So we're going to have some rooms down here. We're going to have like a hallway here. This area... Can we like set some objects on this? Okay. Quite clearly, the dungeon tile set needs more things. Here we go. And just make sure pretty much none of these are passable. And we can start decorating the dungeon a little bit more thoroughly and properly. Just make sure nobody can walk through any of these things. It's kind of important. Oh my god, there's so many things to click. It's horrible and horrifying. I really should have done this earlier when I was working on this dungeon's layout, but it's fine. This should actually be passable underneath. 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 Alright, that's good enough for now. So, I don't really like that. So this is going to be a line of, like, funerary goods. We're going to put some barrels in there. A lot of these would look best if I can have them, like, on a table or maybe just on, like, a carpet. I think a carpet will work well enough. Funerary objects. Let's see here. Okay. Put some empty boxes here. Maybe like some bottles. Some fabrics. That's probably fine. Some spears. I think that works. Okay. So I think I want to grab one of my bottle cap ore events. There we go. And put a few of those here. You found some crude, or this one we're not going to say mined. We're going to say you found some crude bottle cap ore. In this one, we're just going to do with a self switch, since I'd had to use the specialized versions in the fissure because I had 2 versions of the map. Okay. So, yeah, there's just like a path with like some funerary offerings. What will the enemy roster be? Undead and jungle? Okay. So the enemy roster is the things that we designed last time. So we have got the anaconda with a paralyzing attack. We have the chimpanzee with a knife, who has a guerrilla tactics to buff themselves and uses knife toss. The jungle vines, which can steal life from you, can use a powerful light attack. And the crazed canopy catboys, who can do double attacks, and who can also purr, which charms you and, makes you attack your allies. So that's what we are running. We're also going to have at least one of the types of zombies that we will run in here. Probably just go with like the well-rendered zombies. And there's actually one more type of enemy that I wanted to make. And that is going to be the blood puddle. Slime. Yes, I need a slime enemy. There we go. The blood puddle, which takes more damage from the fiends and the undead. It's going to be a pretty basic type of enemy. We're just going to have it apply the cursed effect with a 30% chance. Cursed blood, which curses all enemies. Which it might do on the first turn, and then only like every 5 turns after that. We're going to make it a bit weaker, but we are going to bump up its defenses. Make it worth a little bit less overall. So it takes normal damage from Frostburn. Fire. Don't really need it to take extra damage from fire. I think thunder works, though. Alright, so, yeah, there's also a blood puddle. So now, what I need to do is make a few enemy groups with the blood puddles. So this is Jungle 08. The undead and the living enemies are not going to fight together. So we can clear that. We can just be like 3 zombies. So that's Jungle 9. And then Jungle 10 is just going to be like 4 blood puddles. Okay. I think that will be good enough. That does give you the opportunity to farm some Necrid Hearts and some blood puddles, and then there will be another room which will only have like the Jungle 8 through 10 encounters, but will also run some of the other zombie hordes. So that is the current plan. And the jungle basement needs the new types put in. So there's Jungle 8, 9, and 10 enemy troops. Okay. And now let's keep on working on this. So I think that having some treasure, having like a treasure room would be a nice thing to have. If the player goes down here. And again, this is going to be a self-switch. Gold Let's say it is 1,000 bottle caps. Okay. And it's going to look... Honestly, I kind of like that. It's going to look like that. And activates on self switch. Okay. So this is going to be a Treasure Vault 1. This is going to be a Treasure Vault 2. So, Treasure Vault, we're going to use like a tiled flooring for some variety. Okay. And then a bit of this. And like that. Very good. Okay. More regular paths, just sneaking out the sides. So this treasure room is going to be where you get the first key. And we established that the 3 types of key I'm going to be using are... like the rust key. Yeah, the rust key, the moss key. I mean, why not just go with silver, gold, emerald, sapphire, emerald, sapphire, emerald, and rust. Those will be the 3 key types. Okay. So this is going to be the sapphire key. A strangely heavy key. A strangely heavy blue key. Feels cold in your hands. Good. So we have the sapphire key, the emerald key, and the rust key. A strangely heavy red key. It feels warm in your hands. Okay. So this one, you found the sapphire key. And make sure we add the item, the sapphire key. And yes, that is listed appropriately as a key item. Okay. So the sapphire key will open a few doors. We're going to have it open a door here. There we go. Oh. Whoops. Nope, that's not a useful door to have copied. This is a more useful door to copy. There we go. Okay. So once you get these open, they just disappear completely. They only open if you are holding the appropriate key. So I'm going to need... Well, we're going to need to run a self switch. Let's run a different sound effect. Okay, I kind of like that. Why don't we just run an animation? Show an animation on this event. Wait for the completion. Okay. Okay, I think that works. We show that. And then it disappears. The sapphire key fits smoothly into the lock. And then it will say... The gate vanished, but the key remains in your hand. Just so people don't think that the key has been consumed by doing this. But we also need a condition if we don't hold the key. Okay. It's a blue door with a heavy-looking lock. Okay. Then, if you have the item, it'll open up, and it will disappear. Let's make sure that this works. So this will take you back out here to the abandoned temple, facing up. Yeah, that's fine. And then the temple interior takes you down into the basement. And how is the tile set? Okay. Yes, I think that'll work. Let's go take a look. Thank God for debug walking. Okay. All right. So we've got the funerary offerings here. Honestly, these gates are just kind of ugly. I'm just going to replace them with something. Okay. Let's test this. Okay, so I need a direction fix on the door. Sapphire key. confirm that I do have the sapphire key. Sapphire key went smoothly into the lock. The gate vanished, but the key remains in your hand. Okay. Alright. So that did function how I want it to. How many frames is this? Okay. So 40 frames. Seems like it's probably long enough before it just vanishes. So we're not going to wait for completion, but we are going to wait 50 frames. And then the self switch goes on, making it disappear. And then we're going to wait like another half second after that, I think. 1, 2. Yeah, it's close to 2 full seconds. So let's just go with another 50 frames there. That should work. These gates honestly look pretty ugly. So we should put something there instead. Oh. I mean, yeah, why not just do this? Have like a heavy looking gate. How does that look? How does that blend? Really looks like that's something you should be able to get past. Yeah, I think this is going to work. Yeah, it does kind of look like a gold idol. But that's not quite... Okay, that looks good. That looks pretty solid okay. Like, it is very clearly... like some form of impeding barrier, which is exactly what I want it to be. Okay, so I have one sapphire door. Now I do want to put another chest over here. I don't want the keys to be in a particular order. Mostly I just want to make sure that you're not able to enter this room until you have all the keys. But I'm not too worried about a specific order, so This will be, you found the emerald key. Okay. This room will be locked by the green one. It's a green door with a heavy-looking lock. Emerald key. The emerald key fits smoothly into the lock. And then the door disappears. So you do need that to enter the second vault. I also want that key to be necessary to enter this room with the logic puzzle. Okay. That works. That works. Put that here, put that here. We can have another small room here that you enter here. Wall, entry, door. So it can go like that. There we go. Little bit more wall here. Just like that. Okay. There we go. So we can have the path go up this way. So we can have a small room here and here. There we go. Yes. That works. What kind of vibe are you going for? Overgrown, oppressive, abandoned, hostile. It's meant to be fairly oppressive. But it's meant to be oppressive in kind of a creepy way. Hello, Light. Welcome to the stream. Like, this place was not built to be a death trap. Like, this place was not designed to trap people. It wasn't designed to hurt anybody. It was really just like a crypt, as in like a functional, usable place to dispose of the dead and to store funerary artifacts. That was its purpose. So we have a few extra rooms we can decorate. There we go. Put another big room here. There we go. And let's actually have a somewhat bigger area here. Okay. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. And some walls here. Okay. I think that looks nice. There we go. There we go. Some wall here. Some wall here, some wall here. Some wall right there. A little more wall here, a little more wall here. I just realized because of the time zone difference, so when I watch your stream, it's either that I seriously fucked up my sleep schedule or I'm pulling an all-nighter or something. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, time zones suck. I think this is done as far as the layout goes. Like I am satisfied with this. I am completely satisfied with this. Yeah, as the layout for this dungeon. So now I need to decorate it a bit. Whoops. Yeah, let's put you up on layer 4. And like that, like that. Another pillar here. Couple pillars strewn about this room. Some ruined pillars here and there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that works. Luckily, like, when I get around to my subathon this weekend, every time zone's going to be represented because I will probably be live for a very long period of time. Yeah, let's do a couple rooms with the tiling. There we go. And let's decorate the walls a bit. So we're going to throw around some, like, ruined things on the wall. Throw a bunch of cracks around on the walls. Make sure that they look pretty good. There we go. Just like that. Needs more moss. That can definitely be arranged. Let's see. In this room, I can definitely have an area of just like overgrown dark color. Oh, whoops. I am absolutely on the wrong layer for that. Okay. Back on the first layer. So we can have like some water here. Like some darker moss here. There we go. So this will be places where, like, the jungle has definitely gotten more overgrown, like leaked into things. Okay. I think that that's a pretty effective look. Put a bit of water there. And then we can throw up some wall decorations where the moss has gotten heavy. I never understand how people are able to stream for that long. Like, I can stream like 2 hours Mac and then it's just pure silence. It will be the first and only time I've ever attempted a subathon. I don't know how long I will actually last. But I have cleared my schedule for Saturday and Sunday, and I am taking specific steps and precautions to ensure that I am able to do as much as I can during that time. Okay, so we added more moss. That goal has been achieved. Now let's add some more treasures around the map. This one is going to have blood soda. You found 2 blood soda. Okay. We can put another bottle cap ore here and another bottle cap ore here. Those count as minor treasures for the purposes of crafting. And then are you able to go around the statue? Yes, you are. Okay. So this is going to be where you find the rust key. You found the rust key. Honestly, just copy this one. Okay. You found the rusty key. Yeah, we're going to go with rust instead of rusty. Make sure we update. Okay. So, rusty key. So I want to make sure that the players do have to find all 3 keys to get through the dungeon. but it's only going to take 2 doors to open or 2 keys to open the last room. So how do I make sure that all the keys have to be accounted for? Well, the emerald key and the sapphire key can both be gotten without obtaining any keys. So we will take an emerald door and we will put it here. No. Wait. No, that's right. So we have to have an emerald key to get into this room. So we will require a sapphire key to access the rust key. And we make this our first rust door. It's a red door with a heavy-looking lock. And the rusty key fits smoothly into the lock. The gate vanishes, but the key remains in your hand. Adjust this to the rusty key. Okay. That works fine. What I did not change is the emerald doors. Okay. Whoops. There we go. It's always funny to me that skeletons and undead have perfectly pristine weapons when rust would probably be more dangerous. What about a jingle on door opening? I mean, you do get an animation. So I think that probably covers that. So let's put down another couple of chests. What I want here is... Where is my vial gear? Vial crown. Okay. You found a vial crown. Okay. We are going to make this door require an emerald key. We're going to put money in here, which opens with the sapphire key. This room here only opens if you have the rusty key. This room has no lock. This room has no lock. Those are important. Emerald key will lock this path. It's still possible to get to this. Sapphire key is... No, okay. Rusty key is going to block this path. So again, all of this is still accessible. And these are just the money chests, which works pretty good. And then finally, in the last room, you can find a Dr. Pepper. Found a bottle of Dr. Pepper. Okay. That looks pretty good. Yeah. All right. Let's go in and look around. I have not rested at an end. Baja Blast! Spew vile soda onto an enemy, driving them into a rage and preventing them from using special abilities. I don't want the cat boy doing. How about Ice Storm? Okay. That works. Okay, so we start here. We can go back up and down freely. That works fine. The Temple Catacombs. Red door, heavy looking lock. Red door, heavy looking lock. Blue door, heavy looking lock. Blue door, heavy looking lock. Green door, heavy looking lock. Green door, heavy looking lock. Okay. I like the vibe here. I think this looks pretty good. I should arrange more, like, funerary offerings. We can get our bottle cap ore. I think that works. Make sure everything here works. Oh, there's the anaconda. Let's flip a cap at him. Jesus, Ryu. Okay, 2 blood soda. And we did get our blood soda, which restores half of the drinker's maximum stamina but drains half their max HP. That is the emerald key. Okay. Found a vile crown. The rusty key. Crown woven with dark magic prevents the wearer from being cursed, which is actually a pretty significant upgrade. Okay. Alright, let's see this. The timing on that was perfect. Okay. Wait, okay, yeah, I got the rusty key. Good. And the emerald. That is beautiful. Okay, all of this works. And again, we need the emerald and the rusty keys to access this room. Okay, light and what? I actually need your help right now. I designed a logic puzzle, but I desperately need someone who is not me to look at this logic puzzle and be able to tell me if they can discern the answer to it. Can I enlist one or both of you to assist me in this endeavor? Because I really want to make sure that this works. Because the basic idea is that you can learn the names of 8 dead nobles in this room. 4 of them were princes, 4 of them were kings. You go to this room and you inscribe the names of the 4 kings in the order that they ruled, and then you get the next like dragon buff for Ryu. So that's like the biggest treasure, the biggest reward here. And in order to determine the order and which ones are princes and which ones are kings, I have 8 clues written into the walls. I need someone to help me by listening to those clues and seeing if you can discern the answer to this puzzle, or if I need to retune it. And that's something I really do need help to check. This type of logic puzzle is not the sort of thing my wife would be interested in helping with, and she doesn't have much experience with that. What's the circle supposed to be? Not a clue. I guess it's some kind of like a family crest or something. But if you're on board, I can start going through the clues. I'll be honest, you might need to take a couple notes if you want to follow. This is not meant to be an easy puzzle. This is meant to be a puzzle that can be resolved, that can be figured out, but is actually going to require effort. Alright. So what? Here are the clues. And you might want to take notes because you're going to have to remember names and you're going to have to remember, well, different things. And the clue is not working. Oh dear God. I set all of them below the player on the priority so they do not activate unless you step on them. Let's fix that. Okay. So what? Given what you just saw of the riddle, were you able to figure out the answer? Or will it be a little easier if you're actually able to see the clues? Right now the riddle is on super hard difficulty, where I give you no information. Apparently. I love that I can just hold down a button and walk through anything. I don't super love how the jungle looks, but it's okay. Alright, let's try this again. So I will bring up each clue one at a time. If you could, when you're ready for me to move on to the next clue, just let me know. Here is entombed Moirut. There is another line of text on the slab. Only a prince would be buried with jewels. So this first one is Moirut, and the clue is only a prince would be buried with jewels. Second, here is entombed Kedis. There is another line of text on the slab. The second and third kings share an artifact. The second and third kings share an artifact. Kedis. Alright. Third clue. Here is entombed Jorvik. There's another line of text on the slab. Only the kings has L's in their name. That should be have L's in their name. Only the kings have L's in their names. While I'm there, I suppose I can update this. Put some zombies in the crypt. Test the logic puzzle. Add the blood puzzle. 3 locked doors, color-coded keys. Okay. Alright. Next clue. Here is entombed Draj. There's another line of text on the slab. The first king was succeeded by Telemox. The Tomb of Draj, and the first king was succeeded by Telemox. Next one. Here is entombed Lebanim. There's another line of text on the slab. The princes were never buried with banners. So, Lebanim and the princes were never buried with banners. Here is entombed Urubin. There's another line of text on the slab. There was a prince who loved spiders. There was a prince who loved spiders. So says the slab at the tomb of Urubin. Okay. Next. Here is entombed Telemox. There's another line of text on the slab. Anestros was not the last king. The tomb of Telemox. Anestros was not the last king. Okay. And finally, here is entombed Anestros. There's another line of text on the slab. Lebanim was not the third king. The tomb of Anestros, Lebanim was not the third king. Okay, so those are your 8 clues. Let me put as much of this on screen as I can at one time. Using those clues and what you can see on the screen, what is the purple stuff supposed to be? Ah, those are supposed to be jewels. The mere fact that you asked that question means that I can adjust that clue. Because they should all be immediately clear. Like, I could change it to, like, a bottle or a book or something. Something that would be more immediately visually clear. But, yes, those are meant to be jewels. Urubin is a prince. Jorvik is a prince. That is correct. Urubin and Jorvik were both princes. I've never put a logic puzzle like this into one of my games before. I hope I did pretty well. I spent a good 45 minutes designing it, but it was also close to 1 in the morning. Wait, so if kings have L's in their names and Nestor doesn't have an L, is he not a king? The wording of the clue was only the kings have L's in their name. So the implication is supposed to be that no one with an L in their name could be a prince. I can word that differently. But, yeah, the key piece of information here is if they have an L in their name, they are not a prince. Yes, it's an exclusion. I can clarify that better. These are exactly the sort of questions that I really needed to dial in this logic puzzle. I really appreciate your participation. I think there's enough information to fully solve it. It's also possible that I've included enough information to solve it, but only, if you understand exactly what I was thinking when I designed it. That's also another possibility. But I want it to have, objectively clear solutions. Lebanon, Anestros, Ketis, and Telemox are kings. You are completely correct. Those are the 4 kings. But can you tell me which order the kings were in? Because the order of the 4 kings is going to be the solution to this puzzle. You have to give the names of the 4 kings in order, and then Ryu gets his, his big-ass dragon buff. So far, this is perfect. So far, the clues, just as I hoped, lead to being able to identify which are kings and which are princes. That's perfect. I think there's enough clues to put the others in order. Did I put down the solution to this somewhere? If Ketis and Telemox share artifacts, they are kings 2 and 3. Yes, in this case, the artifacts is meant to be referring to, the thing in their tomb. So there's, the jewels, the banners, there's the sword sign for 2 of them. We got the spider web on the prince who loves spiders. I'll probably swap out this one, just because it's the same type of thing as the sword sigil. So, Anestrox, Ketis, Telemox, and Lebanon. That is the solution. You have just solved the logic puzzle. And you have arrived at the correct solution. And I designed it, hopefully, so that that is the only correct answer that could be discerned. So let's make a couple of adjustments here. A different type. An axe. Yeah, an axe is perfect there. I never did like this big circular thing here. I just don't think it looks good. Let's make it a shield. And then we need something other than the jewels. Something that is more just immediately and clearly recognizable. Honestly, bow and arrow. I think that works. A map might work as well. Can't tell if Lebanon not being the 3rd king is useful. No, it's not necessarily. A few of the clues overlap a little bit. Mostly because I had to have 8. But I wanted to give the opportunity to provide like extra information rather than not enough information. Let's see. Okay. So, a prince was buried with his bow and arrows. Yeah, like how Jorvik being a prince is doubly confirmed. Exactly. Like, if someone... I want someone to be able to approach this, and if they decide, damn it, I'm going to solve this, I want there to be a few pieces of information that are doubly confirmed just so they can be immediately excluded. A prince was buried with his bow and arrows. Okay. And that adjusts the clues. Okay. None of the princes had L's in their names. There we go. We'll make it more clear. Does that wording make it more clear that it's not implying that every king has an L? It's just clearly saying that none of the princes had L's. Does that work better as an excluder? And yes, that's all good. Oh, I'm sorry, I read your initial answer wrong. Yes, Telemox is the second. I'm sorry to have misled you there. Still, I do see that you... So, it does work, though. Like, the clue does work. So, here is what I am going to do. Names known. So every time you read one of these, it increases a variable for the number of names known. So you have to actually read every clue before you are able to put clues, or before you're able to try and submit an answer. Okay. That's fine. Self-switch A, tap, tap. And copy, paste, 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 self-switch A, tappy, tap. Okay, good. So now, interacting with this. It is some kind of a grand epitaph. Okay, that's fine. Now, if we paste it... So, if you have read all the clues, and you have more than 8 names, It is some kind of grand epitaph. You recognize many of the names written upon it. You reach out to touch it, and the names begin to move wherever you point your finger. It is some type of grand epitaph. Across the top in archaic script, it reads, what was the order of the four kings? Okay. You recognize the names written upon the epitaph. You reach out to touch it, and the names begin to move wherever you point your finger. Okay. So at this point, what it does is it adds a bunch of items for the different kings and princes to your inventory temporarily. And then it will use that in order to prompt the player to enter the correct order. Telemox and Nestros. Do you think the tech slabs will be eye-catching enough to interact with? Because a wayward player might not immediately recognize that room as Tombs of Kings. That is a very good point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. That's a good point. Can I put something... Oh, God damn it, wall sconces. That's what I've been needing. Okay, we're just gonna put a thing here. That will activate when you enter the room. A mysterious voice is heard from the darkness. And this will be the voice. It will say, behold, the earthly remains of the nobles who led our dynasty. Okay. That will at least provide an opportunity to make it more clear. Okay. So now we're going to copy all of these. And when the event is done, We are going to decrease them all by 1. So then we will say who was the first king. And we are going to select an item from hidden item 1 and set that for the variable first king. Second king, third king, fourth king. And that is hidden item A. And I'm pretty sure I set these all to be hidden item A. Except for Draj. Somehow Draj specifically got excluded. Now I kind of want to know the family tree of these nobles, considering a dynasty is a sequence of rulers from the same family. Yes. I mean, I could bullshit my way through one right now if you want. Who was the first king? Okay. Then it will ask who was the second king. Then we are going to ask who was the third king. And finally it will ask who was the last king. Okay. Okay. So, Anestrox and Telemox were a direct line, father and son. Following this, there was a brief period of civil war between the children of Telemox, specifically between Draj and Urudin. Each of them had a legitimate claim over rulership of the kingdom because they were twins. And in life, Telemox had never imagined that the twins would be incapable of cooperating after his death. So each one claimed a position of authority, but neither was ever able to be fully sanctioned as a king. So essentially the kingdom at that point had two rulers from the same dynasty, Urudin and Draj. Eventually, a compromise was reached, and Urudin's son, Kedis, rose up and became the third king. And that is why Kedis and Telemox share the same emblem. Kedis was seen as a reunifier to bring back the peace that the kingdom had enjoyed under the rule of Telemox. And Draj and Urudin both maintained their own lands, but ceded ultimate authority to Kedis in the name of peace. Now, Kedis, unfortunately, did have a bit of an issue with sleeping around a bit. And the other two princes were actually children of Kedis. They were his illegitimate children. But Kedis did not have a male heir, Lebanon, until much later in life, when he was already well into his 60s. By the time Kedis passed, Lebanon was only 6 years old and could not assume power. So, Kedis's eldest illegitimate son was recognized and given the title of prince in order to serve as regent. But he unfortunately passed away after a few years due to illness, and then the second child was legitimized and held the position of prince and served as regents until Lebanon came of age, and then Lebanon resumed the full duties of the kingdom. So there you go. That is the family tree I have just made up off the top of my head. Let's see here. So, Anestros is 76. So after you have made all of this, we have a conditional. We are going to check against the first king variable. If it is active to, if it is equal to exactly 76, then we move on to a second king check. Otherwise, nothing happens. So then we move on to the second king check, and that is Telemox. And Telemox, so 75 and then 70. 75 and then 70. 75. If you get it wrong, nothing happens. Third king equal to 70. And then finally, the fourth king. If fourth king is equal to 73, then the puzzle is solved. And first we're going to play an animation on the player. Okay. We're going to play it actually on the event. And a small opening in the epitaph opens, revealing the skull of a young dragon. And then we run the common event dragon buff. And then we hit self switch A. And then self switch A will simply say the names Anestros, Telemox, Kedis, and Lebanon glow faintly in the dark. Okay. So I think that'll all work. So let's actually go in and test the logic puzzle. Alright, so first things first, we need to make sure that we cannot activate it yet. It is some kind of a grand epitaph. Across the top in archaic script, it reads, "What was the order of the four kings?" Okay. So you go in here, a mysterious voice is heard from the darkness. Behold, the earthly remains. The earthly remains of the nobles who led our dynasty. Okay. So, Telemox, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6, that is 7, that is 8. Okay. Some kind of grand epitaph. Good. You recognize names written upon it. You reach out to touch it. Names begin to move wherever you point your finger. Who was the first king? Enestros. Telemox. And then it was definitely Jorvik. And then Lebanon. Nothing happens. Perfect. Now I want to change names known to 7. Okay, good. And let's make sure interacting with these do not cause that variable to increase again. The names known variable should remain at 7 even after I interact with all of these. Names known is at 8. Okay. 1 slab is still counting up. And I don't know which one. But we do know that that's a bug that we need to fix. Okay. Moyroot, 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 Moyroot. Okay, Moyroot, Telemox, Kedis, Lebanon. Nothing happens. Good. Enestros, Moyroot, Kedis, Lebanon. Enestros, Telemox, Moyroot, Lebanon. And Enestros, Telemox, Kedis, Moyroot. Nothing. Good. So far, it's working perfectly. Enestros, Telemox, Kedis, Lebanon. A small opening in the epitaph opens, revealing the skull of a young dragon. Ryu's scales and claws have grown stronger. Ryu has learned Wind Buffet, or Wing Buffet. So Ryu now knows a new skill, damage and try to stun an enemy. Okay, perfect. And that brings their claws and scales up to +5. Which is a massive, massive degree of stats. Okay, and then... Whoop. Okay. So, third one was still set below characters, so that was not working. We changed this from early remains to earthly remains. And now we have to check each of the slabs until we find which one was broken. Because one of them was broken. Which one? Ah, this one. Maybe. Hold on. Maybe. Ah, this one. This one. Okay. So, what happened was that I double copied on the wrong event. Alright, that is now... Please do not mention Return the Slab. That episode of Courage was legitimately one of the most disturbing things I ever saw when I was young. And I can't even fully account for why that is. But it was terrifying. Like, it's so damn creepy. Ugh. God, it gives me the heebie-jeebies just even thinking about it. Holy crap. That episode was such incredibly effective horror. Courage the Cowardly Dog did a great job of, like, actually feeling really uncomfortable to watch a lot of the time, but that one was just a step too far for me. Whew. Return the slab, or suffer my curse. Ugh. God, I hated it. Oh, I suppose I could have just used those as a non-passable slab. That's fine. Okay. So I have the big puzzle. I have the big puzzle of this dungeon. So now what I want to do is have something that happens in the final room. So what does the moon represent? That is an excellent question. I will get to that after I make these. It's a jewel. It's a bejeweled coffin. It must be ancient, but it shows no signs. But it shows no clear signs of age. Okay. Perfect. So this is going to be the crypt door. And we're going to copy that event page and paste it here. Don't need that. And then we're going to copy this page and put it here. Copy all of that. Whoops. Whatever. Okay, so this one isn't going to do that. It's a bejeweled coffin. It must be ancient, but it shows no clear signs. It must be ancient. Unlike the other coffins, this one looks as though it has been frequently touched over the years. We'll say there is a small switch near the center of the coffin. Will you flip the switch? Yes, no. That looks fine. And crypt door will open when you do that. And it will turn on a switch for crypt door open. Okay. And crypt door open, same. When the crypt door open is on, action button, a strange crest is engraved on this door. There does not seem to be a way to open it from here. Okay. And we're going to make a second page. When the crypt door is open. Okay. And then we're just going to wholesale copy this event, paste it here. So the big important coffin is used to open the door. Cool. Yes, I'm just about to get to the whoops. Just about to get to the explanation for the symbolism here. So what the thing I have in my head for Wallachia overall is that it has basically always been like a religious city, like a religious kingdom in this land. However, what the people of Wallachia have forgotten as more people were fed upon by the false Hydra and the memories of interactions with them, things that they learned from them, things that they experienced from them, as those have faded, what has been lost is the understanding that Wallachia is not a religious city that purely worships light and life. It has always traditionally equally revered light and dark, life and death. And that is what the symbol represents. Not merely the moon, but a star as well, representing the day. This is a symbol representing night and day, light and dark, life and death. And that is why beneath the city of Wallachia on the surface, which basks in the sun and the radiance of golden hues and is filled with living people, underneath it there is a great necropolis, a city of the dead, and also of the undead, which is no less important, no less a part of the kingdom overall. But, not everybody always knew that it was there or how you would get there. It wasn't so much that it was a secret as it simply wasn't common knowledge. You could think about it as something like bureaucracy. Like, it's something that if you wanted to go out and learn, the information's there. It would not be hard to find. There's plenty of people who could teach you it. But the specific ins and outs were not commonly known. So the false Hydra has basically been targeting its feeding, at least at first, on those individuals who most closely connected the surface world of Wallachia, the city that bathes in the sun, with the necropolis underneath and the city of the dead. And by doing this, it essentially cut off the living world from the underworld. It was able to immediately greatly reduced its ability to fight back against it, to oppose it, to organize. It immediately made a severe dent in Wallachia's logistics, in its labor forces, and that's why it has been able to feed so effectively and so aggressively. And the undead that are attacking the city are being sent there to try and find and destroy this false Hydra, to try and save this city that is as much theirs as it is the people who live there. Those undead are not sentient. They're basically just tools, laborers for those few who, actually do have like necromantic magics. And those few who have kind of like been able to retain information and figure out what's going on know to stay the hell away from that city right now, which unfortunately limits their ability to do much about it directly. So that's sort of the situation. And yes, there are background geese. I mean, that's a dungeon. This is just a dungeon. I mean, this is great. Like I love this. Let's just spread around a few cracks in the floor. Just to sort of run it down a little bit more. Okay. Little plits here and there where it's a little more scuffed. Especially around the edges of the mossy areas. Maybe some of those evil flowers for the overworld. Yeah, you do fight the flowers down here as well. And okay, we're actually gonna put some scuff around here since this is like an area of travel. And a little bit here. Okay. And then we can have just a few bits, a few patches of moss spread throughout. There we go. Because this is underneath, like, basically a tropical jungle. The King Chamber is going to be free of that, however. And we're just gonna have, like, a big patch of it here. Okay. I think that's it. I think this is a fully fleshed out dungeon. Let's actually rest at the inn. There we go. Hello. Alright, now I'm going to go run the dungeon. Let's see how well it looks from the inside. Okay, we make it through the jungle. Actually, there's something I want to do first. There we go. Okay. Make that sound a little bit softer while I play. And then I will add, like, some NPCs around the city who will help to, like, direct the player's attention down to the abandoned temple. Over here on this side of town, this is going to be Elena's house. So I've decided what I'm doing with this structure. That's going to be Elena's house. Alright, let's go. Okay, so the encounter rate on the exterior and the jungle part is fairly high. So first, let's see how quickly we can kill things with just regular attacks. Okay. Here we go. On this first level of the temple, there's not really anything. But then you head down. Perfect. We can't go that way. The encounter rate here is lower, but there should still be plenty of fights. Okay. Damn, Ryu is strong. I mean, that's kind of the entire point. Fire should be more effective against the jungle vine. Holy crap! Okay, they are not messing around with the damage output in here. That is great. Oh no! Ah, crap. They got Elena. Thatcher, would you mind, please? That didn't do crap. I'm really feeling the differences in power between my characters now. Not bad. Holy crap! No, I wanted to heal. Damn it. Holy hell, that was a fight. Thatcher, would you mind? Thank you, Thatcher. Yeah, this looks great. Bottle cap or blood puddles. Surely you can't be that dangerous, right? Let's go with prayer. Dodge the attacks. Oh god, that did nothing. Come on, Elena. That is such a sweet power for Elena. Being able to intercept, dodge, and counter attacks is so good. And at the cost of some of her stamina every turn. Very nice ability. Okay, good. It's so funny how the battle set piece is like 30% brighter than the overworld. Elena's now level 11. I may also just tint the entire screen as well. Just to darken the entire set. Okay, we got the Emerald Key. Blood Puddle and Headless Zombie. Got it. Malter. Enrichment. Let's get ourselves some more money. Cool. Elena, why don't you show off your Justice Punch? Not bad. They should be weak to lightning, I think. Oh. Yup, Cursed Blood. Good. So they can disrupt healing. Emerald Key fits smoothly. Emerald Key. Perfect. Mysterious voice is heard from the darkness. Behold the earthly remains of the nobles who led our dynasty. Telemox. We've already thoroughly covered the, oh god, it's the chimpanzee with a knife. We have already thoroughly covered the riddle. Let's go for more enrichment. How about a Lucky Slash? That was unlucky. Okay, Guerrilla Tactics should be self, not ally. Okay. Guerrilla Tactics to self, not ally. That's fine. Let's go feeding. Holy hell! Feeding is strong as balls. Why is it that strong? I really don't think feeding should be that strong. Cap Flick. Alright, let's try Lucky Slash again. That's more like it. Oh my god, why is that so strong? Okay, significantly reduce the power of feeding. Okay, good. Cool. Right. Urubin, Lebanim, Jorvik, Drudge, Moirut, and Caddis. Perfect. Alright, 2 Anacondas. Enrichment. Okay, perfect. Not bad. Let's go for a Lucky Slash. Thatcher, would you mind? Yeah, that spell is absolutely insane. Okay. One more Anaconda. Not a problem. Okay. And that is the Sapphire Key. Justice Punch! Damn it. How about the Bottle Cap Rain? God, I have so many bottle caps. Even the lowest number from bottle cap rate is enough to kill. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Let's try it again. Oh god, bottle cap rain is so insanely strong. Alright, Vile Crown we're actually going to put on Malter for the massive increase in stats. Chimpanzees with knives. Let's go feeding. Not bad, not bad at all. Lucky Slash. Oof. Thatcher, you need to get some more stamina back. Not bad. Okay. So this gives me the rusted key. Yep. Perfect. Headless zombies. Start blasting. Damn, that is a lot of damage. Oh god, their defense is so high. Holy crap. That was their gimmick. I made their defenses crazy high. Interesting. Cool. Yeah, I'm sitting on over 13,000 bottle caps right now. Oh. Oh, I'm out of Pepsi. Oh no. Oh no. That's bad. Okay, that's good. Blood soda. Ugh, damn. Justice Punch. Got him. Malter. Let's go for the enrichment. Thatcher. I need you on healing duty. Well, no more healing for me. Oh. No, literally no one got cursed. Perfect. Not bad. Bottle caps. Okay. The puzzle. Okay, so I checked all of the things. Or at least I thought I did. Okay, it was Anestros, Telemox, Kedik, and Lebanon. Alright. Check all slabs again. Change the dragon buff unlocked to an opening sound effect instead of animation. Okay. So Rio now knows Wing Buffet. No, I should walk. I should have to run this entire dungeon as intended. Wing Buffet. Damage and try to stun an enemy. Yeah, that's some good work there, Ryu. Oh my god, that's so strong. Okay. So, I want to make sure... Maybe there was one of these I didn't interact with on my first time through. Nope, because if there was, the number of knowns should have increased. So one of them is broken. Okay, Emerald Key goes in. Rusty Key goes in. Cool. Malter, do your thing. Wing Buffet. That's a lot of damage. See, feeding should be weaker than Wing Buffet. Cool. Malter might hit level 11 and learned Bottle Opener. Expose the weakness in an enemy's armor, reducing their defense by 1/3. Bejeweled Coffin, 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 Bejeweled Coffin. Bottle of Dr. Pepper. Okay. So, I did not put direction fix onto that door. Strange Crest is engraved on this door. There does not seem to be a way to open it from here. And I did not set this thing to be interactable. Okay. Fair enough. Do I have a... screw it. Let's just leave. Ugh. Do 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 do. Okay, that's fine. Let's save. And let's go fix some stuff. So, first off, guerrilla tactics needs to be set to user only. Feeding. Why did I make feeding that strong? Okay, because it's based off of Dragon Bite. That is way too much. That is way, way, way too much. 4 feeding 25 4 Wing Buffet on the other hand is a little bit stronger. I think that's fine. This needs to change. We want to play a sound effect instead. We're going to go with the open sound effect. Okay, that works. We play that, and we wait for a full second while it plays. Then we do the dragon buff. Looks like I have to check all of these again. Moyroot. Okay, this one, Moyroot didn't work again because I didn't set the second page to require self-switch, and we know that was the only one buffs did. We need to fix the direction on the crypt door. And we need to make sure that these will open appropriately. Alright, let's go do our last bit of testing for the day. Okay. There we go. Okay, good. It's a bejeweled coffin, must be ancient. Unlike the other coffins, this one looks as though it has been frequently touched over the years. The small switch near the center of the coffin, will you flip it? Yes. Okay. I feel like we can make that a little bit more impressive. There we go. And we use that sound effect instead. Okay. And let's make sure it works. I need to add a debug code for saving whenever you want. That can be the last thing I add today. That's going to be super easy. Okay. And we're good. All right. That functions. Cool. Next thing, debug options. Okay. We are going to have a debug code for 3. And debug code 3 will be save, and then opens the save screen. Perfect. And let's make a note of that in my debug codes. 003 is save. Alright. I think that's it. I think that's all I'm going to do for today. It's been about 2.5 hours of building and creating and doing all sorts of stuff. We did monster designs today. We did dungeon designs today. We did event designs today. This has been great. This has been so good. Next time, we are going to build Elena's house back in Wallachia. We are going to build a small thing for this watchtower here. Just like, like a military outpost of Wallachian soldiers. We are going to build the area beyond this door, which is basically going to be like a long cavern, basically just like, you know, nothing fancy. But it is going to go. It's going to go through first some catacomb areas and then some natural cave. Something that's going to be kind of watery, and eventually is going to lead to Wallachia. And it's going to reveal that there's like an entire like necropolis underneath Wallachia. And then yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I think we're gonna have to build like a waterfall cave. I mean, it doesn't need to be too fancy because you go through like a big dungeon to get there. But I could definitely design a boss to throw in there. Yeah, it'll be great. So anyway, thank you all for being here for today's stream. I really appreciate it. There's only going to be one stream this week, and that is going to be all the way on Saturday. That's where I'm going to be doing my subathon. I will be starting at 6 in the morning my time, and I will not be stopping until I am too tired to continue. So it should be interesting. I'm going to be doing a lot of different stuff. RPG Maker is on the agenda for that as well. Well, it might be. I don't know how well it's going to appreciate me adjusting my primary monitor's screen resolution in the middle of streaming. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of new stuff during that subathon. And yeah, there's going to be new games I'm playing, older games I'm playing. I'm basically just going to do whatever I feel like, because at the end of the day, I'm only going to be able to keep it going for as long as I am energized and interested, and that's going to be most effective doing the things that I want to do. So, it should be fun. I would appreciate anyone who wants to stop in and check in on me during that, especially once I'm past the 15, 16 hour mark, where honestly it's questionable how long I'll even be awake. Should be fun. It's probably going to get kind of weird toward the end of it. I look forward to seeing how that goes. The daily series on the channels right now, I'm playing Mass Effect for the very first time. Episodes of that are going to be coming out regularly. There is also... Let's see. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. That comes out in a little over 2 weeks. That's March 20th. That is something I'm definitely going to be playing. And then after that... Oh, crap. Okay. Fantasy Life I is the one I have been waiting for even longer than Xenoblade. No, wait. That says May, not March. Okay. Fantasy Life I comes out in May. I'm definitely going to be playing that. Okay, good. I had previously thought that was coming in April. I'm glad I have some extra time to really dive into Xenoblade Chronicles X. I think that is everything. So thank you all so much for being here. I will see you all in the next one, and it is time to make the noise to summon the end of the stream.